All right guys, welcome back to the video. Welcome back to the boat build. This is the second video, episode 2 of the mini Alaskan build, I guess is what we're gonna call it. I don't know what else to call it. It's actually a Starcraft, all aluminum, welded hull, no wood in the transom. It's all aluminum. If you guys watched the last video, I bought this from one of my friends who bought it as a project. He didn't want to finish it, so I agreed to buy it from him and try to do it myself. And the entire last video, I've been questioning why I did that. When I bought it, there was a lot of work. It was pretty rough to get everything back together. Go watch the first video and it'll show you how I did these floors and what it looked like. It was bad. I'll put a little clip here, but it wasn't fun. Before we get into this video, I gotta ask you guys, if you're watching this video right now and you're not subscribed, which you probably are, most of you guys who are watching my videos are not subscribed, so you gotta go down here and click the subscribe button. Really appreciate it. So I'm doing this sort of as a budget build. I mean, at least the beginning of it. I'm gonna have to buy some foam. I'm gonna have to buy a couple other things that are gonna be a little expensive, but for the most part, I haven't spent any money on this yet. I've used pieces that were given to me. I've used scrap pieces from other boat builds. But today I'm gonna be working on the bow plate and framing this entire back piece in so we can get this thing painted. My idea with this boat, if you didn't watch the first video, is that I wanted to do sort of a Lund Alaskan style build with the flat floors. So I extended the floor here, made this all one level floor all the way to the back, and that way, you know, we're gonna have a pedestal seat here and a seat in the back, but that way this can be used for duck hunting. You can throw all your decoys in here, pile the buoys in. You can use it for fishing. We're gonna put a trolling motor on the front. It's gonna be a pretty sweet, versatile boat, and it's fully welded aluminum, so it's pretty much bomb proof. I gotta get this thing starting to get wrapped up because my garage is looking like an absolute shit show. So I've already started on the bow plate, but I'm gonna show you guys how I got to this point. We're gonna finish this and then I'll talk about the back. The back is way more exciting. I'm just gonna knock this out real quick and then we'll go to the back. We'll just pop this right off and make a new one. That it? Yep. If you guys remember, I used the other half of this road sign on the last build for the bow plate. I think that'll give us enough room to mount the trolling motor. See what I'm thinking? I'm also going to link everything down in the description below that I used for this boat build. Everything from electronics to some of the tools to the fasteners, rivets, everything like that. So go check that out. If you're going to do this yourself, you can go pick up some of the stuff that I'm using. All right, bow plate is essentially done. I'm gonna have to do a few little things to it to run the electrical and stuff. It doesn't look pretty, but it's gonna get painted. And actually, it doesn't even matter if this is painted or not. We're gonna put foam over this and it'll look all really nice. I made this bigger because the floor stops here. So if that bow plate stopped way up here, there'd be a lot of space there, and I figured having a much bigger spot to mount the trolling motor would give it a lot more support. But for the most part, that's all done. But that was just all scrap pieces. So I used the old bow that was in this boat that was tiny and pretty much useless. Flipped it around, cut it, and made it fit in there, and should work. So let's move to the back and I'll talk to you guys about what we're gonna do back there. All right, so we're at the back of the boat. This is gonna be the cooler part of this build. And really, most of the storage will be right here in the back. We have some storage that we're gonna put in on the sides, as you guys might have seen. So my plans for this is to build a nice casting deck here that also has storage underneath of it. We're gonna mount a seat to it on a pedestal. So you can get up here, you can stand on the back, you can cast, you can fly fish, and then you can lift it up and have your fuel, have your batteries, have some extra storage underneath there. So this boat had these pieces here that cover up these holes. So what I've gone ahead and done is notched out these little cover pieces. And then the boat also had these bench seats in it, I guess. The other one is somewhere on the interstate somewhere, I guess, but it did come with this one. So I'm gonna basically use this bench as the basis of this rear casting deck, basically. I'm gonna set this in place, and then we're gonna have to frame out everything behind here and then on the front, so that's all, you know, one piece. And we're gonna order a custom-made transom hatch from Trick Tins. Best hatches in the game. You guys will see when we get it. It's gonna be pretty legit. And it's gonna basically fill up this whole rear area. That way we can get our fuel tank in there, get our batteries in there, and have a nice big open area. And then when we flip it back down, you'll be able to stand on that, cast on it, do whatever you need to do. I'm moving the seat over so it's in a better location, basically. First things first, we gotta get this bench put into place here. Alright, bench is secure. I'm gonna put this piece down in here, figure out where exactly that has to go so we can put a sheet across here. Come on, man. Alright, I had to pull the bench off again and put this piece underneath here. I couldn't get my drill up in there. So we got that lip here, we got this lip down here that we can put a piece of aluminum, might put a couple braces across here, and we'll cut a piece of aluminum, put it there, and that end will be all closed in. Got that all in place there, looking pretty good, nice and solid. Now what I gotta do is I gotta trim these little lips off the edge of these things so I can mount my framework for basically that hatch to sit on. So I'm gonna cut those off, build this out, we'll deck that over, and then our hatch will drop right into here. Perfection, my boy. Perfection. Put the seat back in, we hooked that in. The front is all done. And I put my lip for the hatch to sit on. I'm gonna have to build out a couple little pieces here on each side. So I went ahead and ordered the hatch for this because I already know roughly the size I want. I know I want 3 feet wide. I know that the hatches that I'm getting have 1.5 inch angle, you know, of a lip that hangs out. So if you use 1.5 inch framing, it'll sit right on there. You can rivet it right to it. So I just got my custom transom hatch here for the boat from Trick Tins. Matt Downs over at Trick Tins, he custom made this for me. I sent him the dimensions and he knocked it out. I haven't opened it yet, so I'm gonna open it up here on camera for you guys. Let's take this out. He packaged this up really nice. Yeah, it's actually super lightweight too. So here we go. Here's our transom hatch from Trick Tins. I've been watching him on YouTube for a number of years now and seen a lot of the boat builds that he does. They're pretty impressive. If you guys haven't subscribed to his channel, you gotta go check him out. So when I was building this boat, I definitely wanted to get one of his transom hatches because this is gonna make this boat, I gotta take it all apart, but that's basically gonna sit there and it's gonna make this boat have a flat deck. Check this thing out. First of all, super lightweight. That's awesome. We're not gonna add a ton of weight with this. This is all aluminum. It's all framed with 1/8 inch thick aluminum. So it's gonna be super solid. You can see he's got a big brace there across the bottom. So you can stand on this thing, you can jump on this thing. It is built to be rugged. And you can also see he's got this channel here. He's got this channel here. This is a custom extrusion that he has made just for his hatches. No one else really has that, and you know, this hatch doesn't need it, but a lot of his hatches he can put drains into this channel, so it makes it a waterproof hatch if you need it to be, so you can drain all that water out through the bilge. But because this is a transom hatch and the back end is all open right here, we're not going to need that. And you can see this thing drops right in here perfect. I mean, I measured this out and he made it, they're just exact right size. This is going to drop in here, and it's actually a pinch fit right now, but he sent me these overbent 90s that will hook to your transom here, and that's what that will hook to. And then all we got to do is frame this little bit out and deck that over, and then we got a huge casting deck here. So you can see what he did here is he probably built this all as one piece, and then he cut this after the fact. So what that ends up doing is pulling these, where he cut, pulling these in. So he added these little spacers for me. I'm gonna leave those right in there as I assemble this. And once I get it all riveted down, I can pull those spacers out and this hatch will move freely. I had him drill the holes for these white cap latches here. This is what he uses on all his stuff. This is a non-keyed version. I don't need it to lock because you can reach right in here. It's just so much better than getting, you know, a plastic hatch. This is going to be nice and flush mounted, and you can see the gauge of aluminum that he used here. It's pretty rugged stuff. The hinge is looks super durable. It's not some flimsy little piano hinge. This thing is solid. So I'm super excited to get this thing installed. He also sent some stickers along, a couple circle stickers. And like I said, I'll leave his YouTube description down below. I'll leave his information down in the description below. If you guys are building a boat, I mean, you can frame your entire boat and just have the openings for your hatches. You could do all of that, measure each opening, send an email or a message over to him, and he can make a custom hatch for every one of your openings. They don't have to be all the same. You can frame it first and then get the hatch built. You just have to tell him your opening, and make sure when you frame it, you use this 1.5-inch aluminum, so it'll drop, you know, right on there just like this, and it'll fit perfect. So let's get this thing installed and see what this is going to look like when we get this all on here. I can't wait. Pull these spacers out now. We should have a working hatch. Sick. Look how big that is. That's gonna be awesome. All right, check it out. Got this all decked over here. Got our trick tins hatch in here. I'm gonna not put the latches in yet till we turf this, but check it out. Huge opening. Get down in here, put our fuel, put our batteries. Tons of room for activities. And this hatch right here, I mean, he puts a nice support across here, really strong, so you can stand on this, and that's the whole point of this boat. Let me jump up here, see if I can. I don't want the boat to tip up on me, but we'll try it out. You can see you can stand on this thing. I'm not going to jump too much because the boat is not hooked to anything and she's about ready to tip up with me standing back here. But when we get out in the water, you guys will see we'll be up here casting. This is a nice big platform to fly fish off from. All right, so the hatch is in. We got it all done. Big shout out to Matt over at Trick Tins for building this for me. It's a pretty big hatch, and it's gonna be awesome when we get this thing all done. just to be able to flip that up, get in here, and then have this all as deck space. It's gonna be awesome, especially if we're fishing with like 2 or 3 guys. So you can have one guy up in the front, one guy back here standing up. You're a little bit elevated, especially for fly fishing. You're up off the water. It's gonna be really nice. The next video, we're gonna be painting this thing. You're gonna wanna stick around for that because this thing looks dog ugly right now. It does not look pretty at all, but when we get this thing painted, it's gonna look awesome. This one's gonna be a little bit different, so stick around. I'm gonna show you guys the best way to paint an aluminum boat like this. And hopefully, I'm gonna do something kind of unique because I don't want it to look just like a boring old single colored plain boat. So stick around, see what we do for that. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Subscribe! Here we go, got one! Hey! Right on the seam there. It's a little one.